viewers of The Pioneer, how are you doing? I hope you're healthy and well. As we have often stated in our reports in recent days, the hot conflict on the front line is active, as well as the points behind the front line. The missile attacks of the Ukrainian army launched in response to attacks launched by the Russian Air Force continue. The Ukrainian armed forces seem to have achieved what they wanted in the latest attacks. The ground is shifting on the Crimean peninsula. According to the latest reports, the attacks of the Ukrainian armed forces have once again succeeded in closing the Kerch firm, which connects the Crimean peninsula to the Russian mainland. However, the attacks did not stop here. Many points on the peninsula were hit by the missiles launched by the Ukrainian army. Ammunition depots and command centers are among the points hit. Ukrainian intelligence also infiltrated the Russian airbase and carried out a very successful arson operation. So, what kind of blows did the Ukrainian army deal to Russia with its latest attacks? Let's take a look at the developments together. As the Pioneer team, we continue to provide you with details about the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all the comments on our videos. Thank you all for all the nice comments. Please continue to express your opinions about our content in the comments. Let's start if you are ready, the Pioneer reports. The Russian war leadership has been experiencing quite a panic in recent days. The reason for this panic is obvious. First, the Ukrainian armed forces attacked Belgrade. The Russian Air Force system, which were activated to prevent these attacks, hit the Belgrade region. Of course, this situation caused big problems. Accompanied by panic, the Russian army targeted many points in Ukraine. However, in these attacks, the Russian army failed to achieve successes in eliminating the resistance of the Ukrainian army. The Ukrainian armed forces turned this state of panic of the Russian army into a great opportunity. With the Crimean peninsula and with the Crimean Eagle operation against Russia, the Ukrainian armed forces targeted many points on this peninsula. According to reports, many military zones were among the targets during the attacks on the Russian targets on the Crimean peninsula. According to the Russian sources, the attacks started early in the morning and lasted until the night hours. A command post of the Russian army was also targeted during these attacks by the Ukrainian armed forces. The attacks on the Crimean peninsula were so severe that even Russian sources had to acknowledge the attacks and their impact in the first moments. Allegedly, a radar of the Russian armed forces in Yevpatoria was destroyed. However, the data on this radar is not clear. We can't confirm reports about the radar at the moment. However, there are certain reports that a command post of the Russian army was hit in this region. The statements of the Ukrainian official sources about the operation in question is as follows. The armed forces of Ukraine destroyed a Russian command post near Sevastopol in occupied Crimea. Our missiles will continue to destroy the positions of the occupiers until the occupation ends. There is also a statement by Anton Grashchenko, advisor to the Ukrainian Interior Ministry. Grashchenko said the following in his statements. The Ukrainian armed forces have destroyed a Russian command post and military unit in the Saki area and the Crimean peninsula. According to reports, the Ukrainian armed forces did not only attack with missiles. According to reports, unmanned aerial vehicles of the Ukrainian armed forces also targeted several points on the Crimean peninsula. In addition, the governor of Sevastopol of the occupation administration in the Crimean peninsula made the following statement. Missile fragments hit several points in the harbor area of the Crimean Peninsula. We appeal to residents of the region, stay in shelters for as long as possible, stay in emergency shelters, the threat continues. As can be seen, the attacks on the Crimean Peninsula have caused a great panic in the Russian army and the Russian sources. In addition, the fact that the Kerch bridge has been closed to traffic again after a long time clearly reveals the successes of these attacks. We have often stated in our previous reports, the Kerch bridge is of a vital importance for the Russian army. If this bridge loses its functionality, Russian troops in the region will face major problems. Therefore, the Ukrainian armed forces should focus more on the Crimean Peninsula. It should be noted not only the Crimean peninsula was targeted during the missile strikes of the Ukrainian army. It is claimed that some territories of the Russian Federation on the Black Sea coast were also targeted during the missile strikes. However, there is no confirmed information about these attacks. Let's come to the details of the spectacular operation carried out by the Ukrainian intelligence. How many losses have the Russian Air Force suffered in recent days, both in the interception fires carried out by the Ukrainian air defense systems and the attacks of the Ukrainian army against the Russian airbase located across the border have caused great losses in the Russian Air Force. In recent days, Ukrainian intelligence carried out a very critical operation. According to reports, Ukrainian intelligence personnel entered the air base of the Russian army. Allegedly, the operation carried out by the Ukrainian intelligence personnel was in the city of Chelabinsk, located deep in the Russian Federation. Chelabinsk is located approximately 2,000 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Shagol Airport was also subjected to an operation by the Ukrainian intelligence personnel. During the operation, a Su-34 fighter jet of the Russian Air Force was destroyed. According to local sources, the smoke began to rise from Shagol Airport at night. It was initially thought to be an ordinary fire. However, the facts emerged later. Sources affiliated with the Ukrainian armed forces announced that the operation was carried out by the Ukrainian intelligence personnel. According to the allegations, Ukrainian intelligence personnel overcame the security measures around the airport by taking advantage of the darkness of the night. Ukrainian intelligence personnel entering the airport approached close to the Russian Su-34 fighter jet. Then, the Ukrainian intelligence personnel opened a petrol tank of the Russian fighter jet, emptied some of the petrol and moved away from the area. When the spilled petrol was set on fire by the Ukrainian personnel, the Russian fighter jet started to burn. Russian official sources have still not made a statement about the incident in question. However, unofficial Russian sources also confirmed the incident in the reports. We can also mention that there is a great anger in unofficial Russian sources due to this operation. This is curious how Ukrainian intelligence personnel overcame a distance of 2,000 kilometers and entered an airbase in the Russian Federation. What do you think? Do you think the offensive of the Ukrainian armed forces on the Crimean peninsula will affect the front line? What does the Ukrainian army need to do for the Russian army to lose control of the Crimean peninsula? In your opinion, how did Ukrainian intelligence personnel enter the airport, crossing the borders of the Russian Federation? Let me know in the comments. You know that I read all your comments and care about all of them.